Beautiful lovely gamers, my name is Jonal. A new patch just came through on Overwatch. There's no PTR, it's live right now. There are some pretty good direct balance changes. This is the very first that we've seen since Overwatch, since the dev team announced that they were gonna target the game more directly, more faster, more direct answers to meta problems and so on. And I think that if this is a design philosophy that they're starting on, then I'm very excited for the future. So I don't think with really that much further ado, I just got to do my normal announcements, then we can jump right into the video. Like the video, it helps against YouTube's beautiful algorithm. Comment down below, that also helps a lot. Subscribe to your channel if you want to support what's going on here. It means a lot. I'm also branching out to other games, so my algorithm, the algorithm will probably hate me as I'm branching out to other games. YouTube doesn't like that, so support on any video really is appreciated. If you wanna improve, rank up, and get better at the game very fast, you can hire me as your private coach. It's 50 euros for 2 our session data master. If you're bronze or top 500, hit me up on the Discord server, which is linked down in the description, together with my Twitch and my Twitter. Now let's talk about it. So first of all, let's look at Sombra. Sombra's primary fire spread is 10% tighter than what it normally does. They have decreased her spread by 10%, and it feels much better. Now, she's not going to be the new Tracer. Some people already have been talking about that. She's not even remotely the same Tracer, still outdoing her far more, but it just makes her far more compatible, especially on some of those longer distances, which makes her just a little bit more better than just an EMP farming cannon, and also does that you can farm her EMP on a little bit better ranges. In general, you have far more control over the here and now about where your bullets are, and it's general just a really solid buff for her. Next up is Legs, or Soldier 76. His Helix rockets has been reduced from 8 seconds to 6 seconds. So 2-second cooldown reduction on Helix rocket, making him a little bit more compatible. And we saw him played in Owl last week. Now there's going to be a new wave of hero bans. We'll see how it goes. But it was amazing. Well, this week he's banned, actually, now that I think about it. So they buff him, but he's banned. It feels bad, man. But outside that, as soon as he's back into the meta, hopefully we'll see a little bit more play. I still don't think that he's like an S tier pick, just because the playstyle that he is given and the way that Overwatch have been favoring damage dealing in the game. But he's still really, really strong, and I think it just helps a lot on the solo carry ladder, as Zone 76 can be a really strong pick, especially in solo queue. Now, Orisa got a damage increase from 10 to 11, which essentially means that a full clip of damage has been going from 1,500 damage, which was her normal damage, up to 1,650. So an entire clip will do an additional 150 damage. It's not a lot, but I suppose we'll take it. It's something. I don't think it does a big thing, but I think it's like, you know, trying to kind of push her in the right direction without over-tuning her again, so we don't end up in bunker meta for the next half a year. I think it's fine. It's not a big thing. It's not a small thing. But May has been nerfed. I can already hear the praises. I can already hear the sadness of some people that have been abusing her a little bit too much in ranked and been ruining my games before she got banned. So, May's Ice Wall and cooldown has gone from 10 seconds to 13 seconds, meaning a 30% increase on the cooldown, and larger heroes can now fit through a 1 pillar gap. Normally, if you destroy the pillar and you would try to go through with a Rhine, you would have to destroy 2 pillars in her ice wall to break through. Now you still only need to destroy 1 to just push through, and this does that bailing out a tank can be so much easier. And also, if for example 1 tank gets split, now by just breaking 1 pillar, you can push in with the other without having to worry about not fitting. I think it's a quality of life stream that should have been in from the start, and I like that a lot. Sigma's Gravity Flux, ult cost reduced by 10% and flight speed increased by 30%. I think this is a well-needed tune after they nerfed this ultimate that it can be slept during cast time. I think that's fine that they increased the speed to make him a little bit more difficult to hit, and also that they reduced the cooldown just because he's in a weaker spot now, and I don't think turning his damage back to what it was will fix that. I think that will overtune it. So I think this is a right step in a good direction. I don't think Sigma is very good compared to other heroes yet. But I think it's like when you want to play him, or if you want to play him on the solo queue ladder, I think this just will make it a little bit better for you. D.va's booster cooldown has been increased from 3 to 4 seconds, finally, because before there was no punishment in pushing the D.va down. Now at 3 to 4 seconds, you can argue it's not that big of a, it's a 33% increase. So it's a percentage is a lot, but 34 seconds an extra second, I think it will just make, how do I say it in a proper way? It will do something in terms of effect and so on, but it's still a 4-second cooldown, right? So it's a nice increase, and it does actually affect her, I think, but she still has a 4-second cooldown. Does that make sense? Like, it's still short, but it's just, you know, a little bit more balanced, and I think it's a turn in the right direction. And again, I think this will hopefully start evening out the playing field a little bit. And then in the end, we have Baptiste, somebody that has been a really bad pick. Extra boost, so his crouch ability, I suppose, if that's I almost read crotch ability according to my notes. Omega, it's funny because it's a sexual joke. His extra boost charge time has been reduced from 1 second to 0.7 seconds. That's a 30% increase. Pretty good. If you go on the live server and try it, just like when you try the Sombra now, it feels much better. It felt very clunky before. I think that this just feels better because it means that overall, if you just want to do a quick boost, it charges a little bit faster. I think it's generally nice. His regenerative burst, meaning his AoE, and also his only self-healing ability, which was a lot about his survivability, has been lowered from 15 seconds to 13 seconds. So a lot of this today balance patch has just been cooldown reductions, making the stuff either be longer on cooldown, like the ice wall, or turning down some of the cooldowns, like the helix rockets, the regenerated burst, and then there's been a little bit of like generally tuning into more damage. Sombra will do a little bit more damage now, and orisa will do a little more damage now. But that's the end of the patch for today. I personally like the way that they're going. It seems like they are generally just trying to flatten the curve a little bit, even though I still think Deathball will still have a heavy advantage over most of this, and Dive will also still be king. So I don't think that this changes a lot meta-wise, but it makes some of the heroes far more competitively viable, especially when we come to the solo queue ladder compared to the competitive stuff. And of course, Contenders is a completely different game because there's different hero bans there, and everything is just being a mess right now. But because Soldier, I don't think is banned. No, Soldier is not banned on the current patch of the live server. It's only banned in Owl. So you guys should be able to play Soldier and enjoy the new Helix stuff, going around playing fucking the Fran. So, besides that, as always, guys, like on the video. All the support that you guys give is very appreciated. The subscribes, the comments, the likes, all that stuff. Check out my other videos. I'm covering some of the new Warzone game modes and so on. Checking out that content really helps out. I'm trying to branch out a little bit more just for my own enjoyment, also for the security of the channel, so it doesn't just die if Overwatch dies or something happens. So all that kind of stuff, guys, it means a lot. Discord, Twitter, Twitch, all that link in the description. I hope you guys have a lovely, lovely evening. Please take care of us, positive. My name is Jonal, and as always, keep the enemy in your crosshair.